Welcome to the Ultimate Gaming Realm, and this is your creator, Dixon, logging on. Welcome to the Ultimate Virtual Reality Realm. This will be a full review and tour on a launch title for the HTC Vive, from Valve Corporation, and of course, available on Steam for free. Now entering the lab. The lab is one of the first HTC Vive games, released on the same day as the HTC Vive headset. The Vive headset was manufactured and developed by HTC and Valve Corporation. The lab was developed and published by Valve Corporation. The lab uses two game engines, the Unity and Valve's Source 2 engine. The lab is free on Steam or Steam VR or Viveport, probably because it's not only a game, it's a big tech demo featuring 8 minigames. This game, or tech demo should I say, was a project to show off every consumer on what the HTC Vive can do in the virtual reality world. And practically, that day's finally come. The lab is set in a Portal universe. Not saying that the lab is Portal 3, but it's in a laboratory that offers 8 different types of minigames. So you can expect for the future that HTC Vive and Valve put in for the upcoming games. All 8 minigames are quite impressive and enjoyable, such as the postcards, where you plug a jack into a scenery of your choice, play with this cute robotic dog by petting it, or playing fetch with it. I call the dog an it, because I'm not sure if it's a boy or a girl. Well, it doesn't matter what gender of the robotic dog is. It's pretty cute regardless. But one postcard allows you to play in a cave with this balloon device by blowing balloons up and letting them float in the air through the hole. Or you can blow them up until they pop. You can also change colors. I guess that's pretty cool. Practically all you can do in the postcards is play with the balloons in one scene and play fetch with the dog in the others. Well, those are the postcards. And after you complete a postcard, the robotic dog will run around in the laboratory. And after you complete all postcards, a balloon device and a pair of fetch sticks will be available on the relic table. In the lab, you can play fetch with the dog with anything, like a coffee mug or some other relics from other minigames. The table will have a relic from each minigame you complete. Or should I say, experiment. Yeah, since I'm in the lab, I shouldn't really call these mini-games in this episode. I should call them all experiments. And besides, not all experiments doesn't seem to be mini-games. Like the postcards, for example. You can also play with the relics in the lab.
Experiment Wheeler Spectrum is exhibiting signs of association interaction in Pocket Universe Lab 22.
And there's also a writing board with a list of all experiments, and a check mark will be right by a completed experiment. Let's take a look at these experiments. We already examined the postcards, now testing out the slingshot. And no, this is not a kid's slingshot. where you put a rock or a stone or a pellet in. And it's not even a toy, or even a simple hand device. The type of slingshot is a machine that shoots out these cores, which each core has its personality and specialty. It's up to you on if you want to listen to a core or just shoot the core into the target that you're trying to aim at. Using the slingshot does require calibration and some adjusting. And depending on what core you're using, it can be tricky.
I wouldn't know, right? If it did, it doesn't hurt. Are we doing it? Any second now. Or now. Or a minute ago. Could be. Whenever you started. I'm sorry. I cannot wait to get calibrated. It's gonna be great. Or it is great. Possibly was great. I mean, everything's just
This
great.
switch operates the
You keep
calibration
doing
unit
what
height
you do.
adjustment calibrator, which you can use to calibrate the
Is
calibration
there
equipment
maybe
to
a
a
plug
comfortable
or something you're
operating height.
supposed to, is there something I'm supposed to be doing? Because I don't feel any different yet. Oh, wait, maybe I do. Yes, I totally feel it now. Getting calibrated. Or, right, have been calibrated. I'm either being calibrated or well on my way to being calibrated. I feel different. No? Hold on, I guess I don't feel any different. Seriously, is there a plug or...
For release. It cannot be reasoned with.
Oh,
it
hey,
cannot
hey.
be bargained with.
Am-
It will not stop
Am I up for
until we are
calibration?
dead.
I can't see anything, but, sounded like something was going on with that last calibration. What happened to the other guy? Is he okay? I thought, calibration would take a little longer than that. He's not...
I am the Fruit Punch Core. I am filled with refreshing fruit punch. Please note, I will not dispense fruit punch until I am calibrated. The Fruit Punch Core cannot be bargained with no matter how thirsty you are. Until I am fully calibrated, I cannot and will not dispense my delicious fruit punch. I will not dispense delicious fruit punch until I am calibrated. The fruit...
Thank you for activating Spider 4. Spiders will be released following calibration. Please select number of spiders to be released upon calibration. For default number of spiders, make no selection. No selection registered, defaulting to 11,000 black.
I am the calibrator. Please calibrate me so that I am calibrated. The calibration core's primary function is to be calibrated. Please calibrate the calibration core now. Once the calibration core has been properly calibrated, the calibration core's primary function will have been achieved. Once the calibration core has been calibrated, the calibration core will have no purpose. Thank you!
That's all there is to the slingshot experiment. Next, the longbow experiment. Longbow experiment is of course an archery game, where you defend off your castle for as many rounds and score as much points as possible. Pretty fun experiment. Not much more to say. Next experiment, the secret shop. The secret shop has to be the most bizarre experiment out of the 8. And there are full of small surprises if you explore in the right places.
Ah, there you are. Look at you, standing alone in the dark. Why? I am a terrible host. Here, take my light. I know my way around well enough without it. Don't be afraid. There is plenty to see. All you have to do is look. But don't be surprised if something looks back. Treasures may hide in even the darkest corners. I was just closing up, but don't let that concern you. When it's time for lights out, well, you'll see. Well, I have a few deliveries to... Oh, there now. Good thing Roclair is out for the night. Maybe I do need a light in here. Farewell, my friend.
Now that was one hell of an experience. Next experiment. Robot repair.
Hello, Repair Associate, and welcome to the Robot Rehabilitation and Wellness Center. Our records indicate that you are the inaugural participant in our Human Diversity Outreach Program. There is a cabinet of drawers in your repair station. Please locate it and open a drawer. Good. Contaminated pocket universe incinerated. Opening drawers has been removed from your list of responsibilities. Please locate the service bay door lever and pull it. Good. Your multi-tools have been now serving 1. No suit detected. Good. As you can see from the schematic hologram, all Aperture brand robots can be repaired by anyone with even a rudimentary understanding of advanced electromechanical engineering. To begin repairing this unit, attach your multi-tool to its faceplate. Good. Step 2. Locate half-inch bore number 35 pitch sprocket or hand flow motor D and disengage it from the appropriate linear actuator unless its electrostatic ion reactor is uncoupled from anodized multi-axis servo bracket 733E and only if oxidization valves A, C, F, and H1, but not H3, are asymmetric and turbopump exhaust manifold K is failed. Please take your time, up to 30 seconds, at which point the thermoreactor currently uncoupled from its heat exchange unit will detonate. Alert klaxon deployed. Again, take your time. 15 seconds. 15-second klaxon deployed. Increased heart rate detected. Ocean sounds relaxation klaxon deployed. Good. All responsibilities have been removed from your list of responsibilities. Core meltdown imminent. Superbug surge alert.
I don't believe it. What kind of robot can handle the simplest? Oh, it's you.
Cannot express.
Congratulations on your quota-filling promotion, by the way. You've opened all our eyes to what humans can achieve when you put your tiny little minds to it.
Repair station recycling initiated. For your own safety, please vacate this station immediately.
Don't listen to him, you'll be fine. Also, let's be honest. Your first day's been a bit of a disaster. It's probably not the worst thing if you died.
Repair station recycling in progress.
I want you to know at first I was against this human diversity outreach program. But now, watching you flail around like a sweaty pile of ham, I see I was wrong. It's hilarious. Honestly, I think you're overqualified for robot repair. I've got a better assignment for you.
Repair station recycling complete. Thank you for your participation.
That's a recording. He has to say that. Goodbye.
Robot repair is an experiment that's meant to throw curveballs at you to make you fail. But I have to give them credit, it was some experiment, especially for a failure. Next experiment, human body scan. This is an experiment where you can scan to view the intestines of the brain, the head, torso, and the pelvis. probably the most scientific out of all the experiments. Next experiment, solar system. Exploring the galaxy, all you can practically do is mess around with the planets and toss them around like balls. Nice view, but they could have done better with the solar system being an experiment. Now I saved my favorite experiment for last. Exortex 26XX. First, inside of the lab, they have an arcade machine of the game, and you can play the arcade part, but all you're doing is controlling the drone in a Space Invader style, using your drone to shoot up the names of Valve team members. And you can't die. Well, whatever. But when you enter the experiment of Exortex 26XX, this is where the real experience comes into it. You're in the actual game. You control the drone with one hand like you're holding a pistol. You have 2 game modes to choose from, and whatever mode you choose, the drone will automatically shoot at anything that comes its way, so you don't have to press any button on the Vive controller to shoot. The only button you can press to shoot is the special weapon once you get it, after collecting many power orbs. So all you have to do is survive through many ways as you can without getting hit once. Mainly what you're doing is shooting many orbs and rival drones, collecting power-ups, and jamming to this awesome techno music. In a way, it kind of feels more like a rhythm game too. Except I would consider it better than Dance Dance Revolution, even though I never played it, but I still would say better than Dance Dance Revolution. This is definitely one experiment in the VR world that got me more interest in VR than ever to this day. Now that was the most awesome experiment that I demonstrated, and it was the closest experiment to being a game. There's one more thing to explore, which is the Valve demo rooms. The Valve demo rooms are just showing a little bit of information on the making of the lab and the HTC Vive headset. And in Demo Room 1, there's a table tennis paddle. And if you pull the fire alarm, no, the alarm doesn't go off. All the barcodes you see on the wall in that room will turn into panels where they'll shoot out balls, meaning you must get the paddle ready to bounce the ball back and forth. Play some Pong. Then in Demo Room 2, if you pull the alarm there, the top ceiling panels will open up and many balloons will drop to the floor or fly in the air. You can either hit them or pop them with your Vive controllers. Well, that's pretty much all there is for the lab. I say pretty awesome freebie. And if you ever get an HTC Vive headset and you need to start somewhere, I totally download the lab from Steam right away. Next time when I do a VR game, it will be an actual game instead of a tech demo. Well, until the next time, thank you all very much for watching. And this is Dixon of the Ultimate Game Realm logging off.